Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Bull City Hangout 619. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham 𝗕𝗟𝗟, that's Durham, North Carolina's online community paper. With Bull City Hangout, basically, I tell you what's happening today, and in this case, also tomorrow morning. And then I invite you to join me here on camera to shoot the breeze, hang out, and share information. So let's get started. Of course, the Durham 𝗕𝗟𝗟, I invite you to check out the whole publication at durhamskyrwriter.com. But today we're going to start with school tools because it's lunchtime. And if you are in need, your young folks can get free boxed lunches from these particular schools. I'll tell you where to go. Go to your nearest school. And this is for any young person in need, age 18 and under. So you have until 12:30 to get to Bethesda, Eno Valley, Githens, R.N. Harris, Hillside High, Parkwood, or Sandy Ridge. And then you have until 1:30 to get to Burton, Lakeview, Shepherd, Southern High School, or Southwest. And then with today being Friday, there's some extra schools who jump in to help. So you have until 12:30 to get to Brogdon, Eastway, Glen, Holt, Y.E. Smith, or C.C. Spalding. And then you have until 1:30 to get to Club Boulevard, Hillendale, Holton, Kip, Maureen Joy, or Lakewood. And they're all listed with the addresses on the school tools page of the Durham 𝗕𝗟𝗟. Okay, I've been telling you about this wonderful partnership of Chicken Hut and Healthy Start Academy, where, of course, you can go through the line buffet style and get a delicious lunch. And with today being Friday, I think they have fish today. But anyway, if you are in need, you can just stop by. And there are folks right there from Healthy Start Academy right inside Chicken Hut, and they will give you a free boxed lunch for your child. Wonderful partnership. All righty, let's see what else is happening on the school tools page. Actually, that's it. So let's go to the word page. That is the governmental and nonprofit information page, and see what's happening with the city. If you are falling behind with your water bill, you can't keep up, the city has the Water Hardship Fund. They can help you catch up. You can get up to $240 in assistance. So that should really help. That should catch you up, or at least get you on your way to catch up. So you have to have documented hardship, such as, loss of job, past due bills, etc. Or if you're in danger of having your water cut off, you don't want that to happen. So you can go online, fill in the application, submit it, and then you'll be contacted and, provide, ID, proof of income, that sort of thing. So be sure to do that as soon as possible. Also, there's something from the county here. Let me see what DSS is talking about. Yes. So the Durham County Board of Commissioners, they just, not just, but a couple months ago, approved emergency funding for Durham residents and get help from DSS, social services. So if you're in danger of being evicted due to loss of income caused by COVID-19 pandemic, then definitely check this out. There's a lot to say about this, so I'm just going to tell you to go to the word page of Durham 𝗕𝗟𝗟. Why are people calling me during my show? I know Mac is enjoying this. Yes, my number is, my ringtone is Killer Joe by Quincy Jones. Okay, now, let me finish what I was saying. Sorry about that. So anyhow, if you are in need, if you are in danger of being evicted, be sure to go to the word page, the Durham 𝗕𝗟𝗟, and read all about this, read how to get the ball rolling. You just call, of course, 560-8000, but there's a lot more to it. So go to this is while funds are available. So be sure to go to the word page. Let me turn down my ringtone here. Let me turn that all the way down. Okay, so definitely check that out by going to the word page and getting the help that you need, because it is while supplies last, while funds are available, rather. All righty, so one more thing on the word page. The ongoing event by Spirit House. I just saw them on YouTube having fun. Let's see, where is it? Spirit House. Oh, there it is. So this is like a weekend-long celebration of Juneteenth. This is an event called My People Are Free, Celebrate, educate, activate. Read all about it on the word page. There's a lot to it. Basically, they've put together a music playlist that you can check out on YouTube or Spotify, and then they have educational conversation sparking videos. They have playlists, all kinds of playlists here, at least 5. So definitely check this out. It should be very enlightening, fun, and maybe not all fun, but worthwhile for sure. So go to the word page and check out Spirit House's My People Are Free, Celebrate, Educate, Advocate. And this is along with the Movement for Black Lives. All righty, let us go to the Neighbor Goodies page. There's just one thing I wanted to mention. I have a gallery of photos that I took. As you might know, if you've been downtown lately, the businesses got together and they actually commissioned artists to put up messages of hope, love, blackness, etc. So I have a gallery of photos that I took last week. And you might want to take a tour of downtown. It's really, wear your mask. And if you want to just drive by or walk by, beautiful art. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous art. Now let's go to the health page. I want to let you know that you might already know about Walgreens having one spot available for coronavirus testing. That's on Guest Road. You can read all about that on the To Your Health page. I just wanted to alert you to the fact that CVS has jumped in. So now there are six CVSs here in Durham where you can get free drive-through coronavirus testing. Read all about it. There's some rules. Of course, you apply online, and it's all online. Set up the appointment online, and then it's a drive-through, a free test just for you by CVS and also Walgreens. So read about that on the To Your Health page. Now let's go to the garden shed. See what's happening with, I think we do gardens or something going on. Let's see, yes, tomorrow morning, seasonal celebrities, summer plants for NC Gardens. Find out what plants grow best in North Carolina gardens. This is put on by Duke Gardens. That will be tomorrow morning. It's like a Zoom event, and it starts at 10 o'clock. It's 10 until 1. Go to the Garden Shed page for information on that one. And then there's a citizen science adventure. It's the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, along with the North Carolina Department of Natural and Cultural Resources and the Prairie Ridge Eco Station. They're having a Dragonfly Pond Watch chat, a live chat with scientists. That's going to be today from 2 until 3. Go to the Facebook event page for more information. All the links that you need can be found on the Garden Shed page. All righty, that's it for Garden Shed, and let's go to the Let's Go page. That's the last page that I'll be reading from. And of course, I invite you to check out DurhamSkyWriter.com. There's lots of information on there, lots and lots of great information. And of course, I invite you to send me information as well. I'm just one person. I do not know it all. I've never said that I know it all, and I need help getting all the information out. I invite you to contact me. Okay, let's see. So what's going on at Duke? Yes, the Duke University Student Wellness Center, they're going to have a talk. It's called Double Pandemic, Whiteness / Anti-Blackness and COVID-19 Discussion. That's today, 1 until 2. The links that you need can be found on the Let's Go calendar of events page. And Sister Heshima 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟, she's leading the Juneteenth car caravan. It's going to be today starting at 1 o'clock in just a short while. Make some signs real quick or posters, and then everybody's going to meet at Piedmont and Fayetteville Street. Let's see, and they're going to have a motorcade throughout the historic Hayti community. That should be fun. That sounds like fun. That starts at 1 o'clock. Read about it on the Let's Go page. Okay, Alex Weiss and friends, a different drum. They're going to have a reunion, a musical reunion. It's going to be today, 2 until 3. We're talking about great music from all the continents of the world, except maybe Antarctica. I'm not sure about that. But be sure to check that out, 2 until 3, different drum reunion. They were just on a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, and they're fabulous. Okay, so the links, again, that you need can be found on Let's Go. Now, Durham Beyond Policing and the Durham Workers Assembly, they're putting together Celebrate Juneteenth defund the police. That's going to be today, starting at 5 and going until at least 8-ish, or maybe even 9-ish. This is going to be in front of and around the Durham Police Headquarters. That should be entertaining. So the event will culminate with a march, and they're going to have a party in the streets starting at 7:30. So find out what's happening by going to the Let's Go page for that one. And then Triangle Game Night, they're hosting a movie and foodie stay-home adventure, Black Lives Matter edition, where they're going to watch James Baldwin's movie, I Am Not Your Negro. That starts at 8:30 and goes until 11:30. Again, the link is on the Let's Go page. Now let me make sure I got it all. So very quickly, I'm just going to mention that tomorrow, the Durham Farmers Market, 8 until noon in Durham Central Park. The Durham Craft Market, they're back at Durham Central Park, same hours, 8 until noon across the street from the Farmers Market. Then the South Durham Farmers Market, 8 until noon in the Greenwood Commons Shopping Center, way south on Highway 55. And the Roots Farmers Market, they're back, but they're operating differently. So they want you to go to their website, look at what the farmers have on offer, make your order, pay for your order, and then you pick up your order from the Mount Bethel Presbyterian Church on Rosa Sharon Road. That's how they're operating, and pickup is from 10 until 11 tomorrow morning. I told you about Dew Gardens, about seasonal celebrities, told you about that. And then there's going to be the Durham Counts Juneteenth Census Parade tomorrow starting at 11. I'm sorry, you have to meet at 10:30, starting at 11. So this is going to be like a car procession. Again, make your posters, make your signs, and then everybody will meet in the parking lot of the Durham Public Health parking lot that's at 414 East Main Street. And then they're going to have like a procession going through town. And then they're going to come back and they're going to give away free face masks, I think ice cream for the kiddies, and other fun. They want you to wear your mask and to socially distance. So all the information that you need can be found on the Let's Go page. I think that's it. That is it. And I think I have a friend waiting to join me on camera. I don't know if he's ready just yet. William McLaughlin. I don't see him. Oh, there he is. So let's bring him on. We're talking. Oh, Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy. Happy to have you here. She's not going to be a guest. I don't think she's going to jump on, but she just said hello. So thank you. You can join us if you want. So let us bring on William McLaughlin. Mac, how are you?
Hello. I'm fine.
Nice to see you. I'm doing great. I see a bunch of, wow, what's that on your wall? It's like certificates and
actually,
degrees and.
This is a chair I have sort of. This is a chair that I've sort of commandeered in my mother's house. This is the house I grew up in. I'm in Durham.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother's 103 years old.
103.
103. And what you're looking at here are some certificates, a few of them that she has been honored over the years.
Wow.
She's really been a very interesting person in the neighborhood. So that's what you see here. I sort of like.
Nice. But how's she doing?
She's doing fine for 103 years old. It's kind of interesting. It's an experience, and it's really a very unusual experience, I would imagine, for a lot of people to have somebody that close to them be around that long. I'll be 72 in November.
Okay.
Of this year, so I've had a wealth of experience in living this almost a century, so to speak, and I have lived a century vicariously through her. By the way, let me just say happy Juneteenth.
Oh yes, happy Juneteenth to you. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel free today.
Absolutely, and history is such a very important part of this transition that we're going through now in America. To know the history,
right,
of this of this country we live in. And going back to my mother, it's interesting, girl. I got a lot of stories I could tell you.
I bet.
You know, coming up in the country and all that.
Ancestors, right there.
Well, you know,
that's my wall of ancestors. At the corner there is my granddad holding my niece.
Yeah.
He lived to be 103.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Oh, you still there? Oh, you're frozen.
Can you see me?
Uh-oh. Mac, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Okay, you froze for a second. That might have been my fault. I was just showing off my pictures of my ancestors.
Uh-huh.
And my granddad, who lived to be 103. So.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. You know,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, you know, I'm retired now, obviously, and you know, it gives you a lot of time to reflect on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking, with your being in your 70s, if you're in a conversation with just some random casual person, you say, "Oh yeah, let me call my mom real quick." They're probably like, "Your mom?" I don't know too many people in their 70s who have parents. That's just so cool.
Well, you know, it's interesting. My mother was and I guess we'll talk about what I do in a minute. And my mother has been such an inspiration for me to do everything in my life. She was a school teacher.
Okay.
40 some odd years back in the day. And this city that I grew up in, Durham, was such a Black Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I live within walking distance of North Carolina Central University, which at that time was North Carolina College.
Oh, yeah.
We have a continuous business that we've been running for over 70 years, which is right there practically on the campus of NCCU. So my whole experience here has been amazing. It's really been amazing.
Well, my mom grew up here. I think they started out at 612 Carr Street, right across from American Tobacco. And then when they, tore down that area, I guess for the highway for 147, they moved over to 404 Brant Street, which is right practically on campus. So visiting there as a kid was pretty cool.
You weren't born in Durham. You weren't.
No, my mom and of course her siblings were born here. They went to Lyon Park and Whitted and Hillside. And then when my mom married my dad here because her family was bigger than his, so they got married here. But then the whole plan was for her to immediately move to Chicago.
Okay.
And that's where I was born and brought up. I moved here because my aunt had Alzheimer's and no one to take care of her.
I see.
So, yeah.
Right.
And my aunt was a teacher. I'm sure my aunt knew your mom. I can't imagine they couldn't have.
What is her name?
Mamie Perry.
Mamie Perry?
Uh-huh. Mamie Elizabeth Harris Perry.
Mamie Perry, that name is very familiar.
She taught at Hillside. She taught at Whitted. She started out at Whitted because my mom started out at Whitted as well, right before. Because my parents didn't get married right after college. They didn't have any money, so they both got jobs first and then got married. So my mom taught music at Whitted. My aunt taught history and English, and then my aunt was one of the Black teachers that they moved over to Durham High School when they integrated it.
Oh yeah.
So that's where she retired from Durham High School, which is now Durham School of the Arts.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Let me plug my phone up. It's starting to tell me that. Well, it's my phone's my iPad. Hold on, I got it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know a lot of Durham history. Now I don't know everything, but I know a lot of Durham history, and I love Durham. I miss Chicago. I mean, it's my home. I'll always miss it. But I do love Durham, for sure.
Well, we've got a very interesting city. I actually moved, I guess you could say, to Rocky Mount, which is where I really have a home.
Oh.
a little bit over 30 years ago. I was a practicing pharmacist for 42 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I practiced pharmacy. I actually built a pharmacy here in Durham back in 1979.
Oh.
And the building is still there. It's called the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Center right now.
Oh, yeah. Old school. We know that as the no bookstore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. That was a pharmacy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I built that building in 1979.
Okay.
I actually ran it for almost 10 years. That's an interesting story I could talk about, but we'll have to save that for another day.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but I did practice pharmacy mostly in Eastern North Carolina.
Okay. Every time I drive by there, I'm like, man, come on. This is jazz. Let's go.
Well, you know what? That could have been a possibility.
No pressure. No pressure.
No. It's no pressure at all. The point is, if it was going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, not now. Oh.
I would not want anything to do with any kind of operation that was based on numbers in a scenario like that, because this pandemic has really brought a lot of stuff.
It's amazing.
Crashing down. I'm talking about crashing down.
Yeah, I haven't made ad revenue. I ceased collecting. I'm still running the ads, but I'm not. I haven't collected since February, so I'm just kind of slogging through this, hoping for the best.
Well, it's all, everything has two sides to the coin.
Mm-hmm.
This is an opportunity of magnanimous proportions, I think. I've lived through a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Being a pharmacist for 42 years, I experienced more what you might call epidemics, many pandemics.
Wow.
Almost every year. I mean, for me, being on the front line of this medical situation,
mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there looking at myself, and I'm saying, this is not how I look behind the pharmacy counter. But that said, I have just seen it, and not to know that thousands of people have died because of all of these pandemics.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of people just not knowing what's going on right now. I see very interestingly. Of course, I'm looking at it as a pharmacist, as a medical care professional, and it's very interesting to see people now taking what I call chances.
Yeah.
And I saw that all my career. I mean, to give people advice about what they could do to have, a remedy for whatever it was, and then to watch them either take your advice or not, has been something that I have noticed for 42 years.
Wow.
The older I got, the more, I guess, I just didn't care. I would give people advice, and I go about my business because,
what else can you do?
Yeah, I mean, you're nothing. You can't do anything else. That's
you can't force them.
My point.
You can't force them to put a mask on.
No, you can't do that. You can't force people to social distance, and you can't force people to wash their hands. And the biggest thing that I couldn't force people to do, that was to drink water.
Oh.
Drinking water was the biggest problem that 90% of the people, didn't matter what you had a problem with. You could have been coughing. You could have been coughing. You could have had bad skin problems. You could have been constipated. You could have been anything. But the bottom line was you weren't drinking no water. It was a very interesting thing.
That's an interesting point because there's this. I guess you call him an educator. He's this English guy. He comes on every day and he talks about coronavirus, and he says drink lots and lots of water.
That is really the key almost to everything. It was the most interesting observation. After observing this for 42 years as a pharmacist, I want you to really understand, I had a lot of intimate conversations with people about their health issues. But my first question when I did my assessments was, how much water do you drink?
And look at you like,
you would be shocked.
Water.
Some people don't drink any water. And you know why? You know why they don't drink it? Because they don't like it.
Okay.
Now I ask them, what that got to do with it? You know, I would say to people, you know, they would tell me that, oh, you know, I don't drink water, but I drink a lot of tea, or I drink a lot of this, or a lot of, and I would listen to them, and I would ask them, well, what do you wash your car with? What do you wash your
water?
dishes with? You know, what do you take a bath in? You know, I said the flip side of what you see on your body on the inside look just like that. I said, if you want to wash it out, so, what do you do?
You're treating everything to water except yourself.
Well, you know, people are very, they're not objective about much of anything.
They probably just haven't thought about it much.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's good to put it. It's good to put that on their mind.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking to someone about face masks, and I'll tell you, I don't mind wearing my face mask at all. But I've had an experience that most people have not had, and that is seeing a loved one on a ventilator. Because right before my mom died, she was on a ventilator. I don't know if anybody knows the horror of watching a loved one lying there with their chest going up and down like a machine, you know, to keep them breathing. That is horrifying to watch. You're sitting there and you're all alone. And of course it was a darkened hospital room. She was supposed to, I'm doing air quotes because she didn't die that night, but they told me to get there quick because they thought she was going to die that night. She died later, but still, it was an emotional night. And just watching her, the horror of just hearing the sound and just seeing the chest go up and down like that. There's no way on earth I want to go through that myself. It's horrifying enough to see. So when I tell folks, I'm like, if you haven't seen a ventilator in action, that's enough to, I don't even really go out. You know, I'm going out tomorrow because of the car caravan. I think I'll be safe enough to stand off to a distance and videotape the cars going by. But you don't see me out here. You don't see me out here around people much.
You know what? I you know, just on what you're saying, you know, just to add a tag to that, you know, being in the healthcare field as long as I was, there were certain practices that I did that I thought were beneficial for me. One of the most major things was that I drank water constantly. Okay. And you know, I mean, I drank it all the time.
I'm going to drink. I pledge to drink more. I mean, I drank a glass right before doing the show because I noticed my throat gets dry right before my show. I guess because I'm talking so much, I usually don't talk.
Yeah.
So I drank a full glass of water right before coming on the air.
You know what? See, it's hard to remember. The only way that I could do it was I kept a bottle of water on my counter. See, I worked 12-hour shifts, and I would buy those quart bottles of Aquafina or whatever, Dasani or whatever they had. But I kept that bottle on my counter. Yeah. And it was just a constant reminder for me. And I drank it all day long. I'm talking about all day long I drank water. Now that's something I haven't had a flu shot in 45 years. Okay. My whole thing about that was, you know, I of course was behind the counter, so I didn't have to really have a lot of upfront until they changed things and I started giving people shots, all this stuff. I was very happy to retire because I was really going into another aspect of putting my hands on people, which I didn't really want to do. But that said, you know, I would tell anybody to really follow the best guidelines. Try to be as hygienic as you can. When you go out, make sure when you come back in, and as I do right now, I go out. I don't go out a lot, but I always carry alcohol. And when I come back, I, you know, try to sanitize my hands and so forth. I'm not a freak. Like I don't go and, you know, strip and wash my clothes. I don't do that. Some
people don't wear their shoes in their house. So that's
I know. Well, you know, I mean, I've done that at certain points in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I've done that, but not because of a coronavirus, because
Oh,
I
okay.
think probably a good tradition to not necessarily do that. But I have a spray bottle of a disinfectant, and not all the time, but most of the time I'll spray my shoes when I come in.
I clean my steering wheel, my door handles.
Well, you can't go
You know.
wrong with that. I mean, you can really go to a tremendous extent on that level. But this is what I'm saying. And I'm only saying this because of my years of being involved in similar types of things. And I don't really treat this coronavirus any different than I treat any other virus. I wouldn't. I don't know why anybody would do that, but I'm not going to stick my tongue down nobody's throat. I wouldn't care if it was 2020 or 1999. My whole point about that is you have to really practice as best you can. The thing that really saves you is your immune system. Ain't none of this going to make no difference. If your immune system is not up to speed, I guarantee you're going to get sick.
Definitely.
My advice would be to focus on your immune system.
But is there any way to boost it? I mean, I know that some people have compromised.
Tons of ways. Tons of ways to boost your immune system.
Oh, tell us.
Antioxidants. Do you know what oxidation is like I'm talking about?
Air? Has something to do with air? Oxygen?
I'm going to show it to you.
Okay.
This is the way I would describe it. If I take an apple and cut it in half, it immediately begins to oxidize.
Turn brown. Yeah.
It starts to turn brown.
Right.
Now, if you cut that apple and take citric acid or lemon juice and pour it over that, it won't do that because lemon juice is an antioxidant.
Okay. I know about that from cooking.
Right.
Okay.
And the whole thing about your body, it works the same way. Works the same way. So when you take antioxidants, that's what, just to make it very simple, it boosts your immune system from oxidation.
Okay.
That's what it does. So when you take any antioxidants, and there are tons of them out there.
I just know that as a word. So what would that be? What would we be taking if we're taking an antioxidant?
Vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, echinacea.
Wait. Where's my pen?
Well, I would just suggest Google it. You don't have to.
Okay. Because I do take multivitamins.
Well, multivitamins are good, but multivitamins are not antioxidants, and that's not really the whole issue about it. Multivitamins are almost necessary because of the food that we eat now is mostly processed. If you're eating like I am now out of my garden, you don't have to worry about that because the vitamins are, just full of nutrition. Somebody's calling me.
I know. Isn't that terrible?
I'm not going to take it. No. So.
Yeah, I've been enjoying your posts on Facebook showing your beautiful vegetables that you're growing.
You know what? I started that garden. I didn't start that garden. My sister, actually, my younger sister, she has her own garden at her house. But she actually has a beautiful garden here at my mom's house that wasn't, I won't say wasn't complete because it was beautiful, but it wasn't about vegetables necessarily. She was doing mostly flowers and rose bushes, and she has a beautiful. That's one reason why I can sort of like stick things in between them, and it looks gorgeous. But back when this pandemic came and I was knocked out of doing what I was doing, I immediately said, I think I'll grow some vegetables. So
there you go.
I went out and I started all that, what you see almost from seed, everything.
Nice.
So it was really a very interesting journey down the rabbit hole, but I went so easily and I had to really figure out how easy it was. I mean, I used to grow a lot of plants at one time. I had plants for over 20, 25 years. But more recently, I was recollecting my grandfather on my mother's side, who I never met, was a farmer.
Okay.
He farmed 100 acres in Chatham County. And
isn't that interesting? My great-grandfather was a farmer in Chatham County as well.
Wow. Well, speaking of genetics and speaking of how that works, I'll take it because I know that my grandfather's in me.
Mm-hmm.
And if
I love gardening.
Yeah, man. I haven't been out there today only because I've been doing some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I was out there. It was yesterday morning with a toothbrush trying to pollinate my zucchinis and my squash.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a hoot, to be honest.
Yeah, and I sent you the article teaching you how
to do that.
Yeah. You know, use a paintbrush or whatever, and you move it. Yeah.
I absolutely, I love it.
It's your own way of helping the bees if you don't have enough bees in your garden. Of course, you might want to plant some more pollinators. And I think next week, Keep Durham Beautiful, they're going to be teaching us all about pollinators, and I'm going to post that in the Durham Skywriter this weekend.
Well, I found out you can order bee pollinators. You can buy them by the larvae kind of thing. And I guess I'm kind of thinking about it. I've been looking to see if I see any bees, but I haven't seen any real notice.
You probably need something to draw them in. Now, I just got a packet of sunflower seeds from Keep Durham Beautiful because they give them away. And I'll be happy to share them with you if you like. Uh-oh, he just turned off his camera accidentally. Whoa.
I got you back.
Oh, okay.
Was calling me. You
oh, okay. Yeah, I can.
My phone flips over. My phone flips over to my iPad.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying how Keep Durham Beautiful gave me some sunflower seeds. I'll be happy to share some with you.
Oh, I would love. As a matter of fact, I want to plant some sunflowers.
Because they draw bees like we're talking serious. I mean, bees love sunflowers. They love sedum also. They love marigolds. You just need to plant, surround your garden with.
I got a ton of marigolds out there. As a matter of fact, you know, that's funny. I bought obviously small packets of marigolds, but I did buy, kind of a larger one too. But and I had one that I thought was doing well, and all of a sudden, it looked like some bugs were eating it, which really kind of freaked me out.
Oh.
But I had it planted close to some cabbage. And the bugs were ravaging my cabbage, and I got to pull this cabbage up, which I did, and the marigold died. So I was very kind of scared about that soil in that particular area of the garden. But I get a lot of marigolds out of these packs, and they're all over the garden.
Okay.
And I had been kind of treating them the same way I was treating my garden, my plants. But I found out that marigolds don't like water as much as I thought they did.
Okay.
So what I did, I backed up on my watering.
Okay.
And they started responding. They're growing now.
Okay.
Probably in another month or so, or maybe even less. I think they will be outstanding, especially with their flowers. But I understand that's not the reason you plant marigolds. The most important part of the marigold is the plant, because bugs don't like the marigold scent. Right. So it just happened to be pretty, and I guess it could attract pollinators as well. I wanted to go get some zinnia.
Zinnias are great.
I was looking to see exactly what does attract pollinators, and I've got a few nice, pretty flowers in my garden.
Well, you'll want to attend these online. I'll let you know, because, like I said, Keep Durham. It's going to be on the garden shed page, the Durham Skywriter, in a couple of this weekend. Because this weekend. Because I think Tuesday they're going to have something going on about pollinators. I'll check and make sure that I'm right.
All right, I look forward.
I thought you were going to come on here to talk about jazz, and we're talking about health and pharmacy and water and
let me clear this up.
And gardening, and this is wonderful. Don't get me wrong.
Jazz is an eclectic term. I always tell people, from my way of thinking, because some people think if you're not talking about Coltrane or Miles or Sonny Rollins, any number of people I could talk about, you ain't talking about jazz. Well, I can talk about that too. I can talk a lot about that, and I love it. But
I'm not that particular.
Well, I love food too. I love good food. I like a good conversation like we're having now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I try to tell people, to me, jazz is all of it. It's an eclectic term.
It is.
And, you know, several years ago, I started this idea. It's called the Durham Jazz Renaissance Foundation now. It's a 501c3 nonprofit foundation. We're in our 5th year.
Okay.
And we have given away 5 $1,000 scholarships to young people in the arts and education. We run programs, and my biggest desire is to have a platform that shares a holistic experience to cultivate the heritage, the history, the heritage of our culture. I use the music really as a rock, so to speak, for the conversation to sort of evolve. But it's about the music for sure. And I hope that we can talk about that for a minute.
Definitely.
It's also about, you know, music is to me kind of like the backdrop of life.
Okay.
You know, all those experiences I told you about growing up here in Durham is music. When I think about it, I can hear all the music that I learned coming through. Everything from symphonic music to rock and roll to, you know, R&B to my introduction into jazz and the life experience that I've had, the people that I've met while I was practicing pharmacy as well, because I did both. I practiced pharmacy and I played music at a pretty intense level.
Okay.
But that said, you know, I'm retired now and I'm not practicing pharmacy anymore. I spend all my time, if you will, doing what we're talking about. And I'm excited to talk about a little bit of music, if you don't mind.
Please do. I know there's something going on Sunday that we need to know about.
Well, you know, as I said, we're in our 5th year now with the foundation. That is my business, by the way. I am the executive director of the Durham Jazz Renaissance Foundation.
Okay.
I also have a musical ensemble. It's called the McLaughlin Group. And that group of musicians I have worked with for all my life. I've been playing music for 60 years or so. And I actually have met so many people, some of them quite famous. But that said, because I until recently, I did a lot more than I'm doing now. I'm getting older and my body won't I can't do what I used to do. But I have a vast array of musicians that I work with, quite professional. And up until this beginning of this pandemic, I was probably playing every week somewhere in North Carolina at a cafe or any kind of place where you had music going on. A lot of private things as well.
That's nice.
Yeah, but you know, when this came about, for me, it was really about taking a breath. You know, I'm like, whew, man, good gracious, I'm so tired. I didn't know how tired I was, to tell you the truth. I took a nice respite. You know, I got started in my garden and changed my whole concept. Well, all the while, and when I say all the while, I'm speaking from the very beginning of this project with the foundation. There have been many, many aspects of what we represent. The music was a foundation, but the art, the food, all of this has been on my palate. And the one thing that I really will share is that, you know, when I came out of pharmacy school back in the early 70s, the computer didn't exist. Technology wasn't even what was technologically advanced was an electric typewriter. I could burn on a typewriter, girl.
I do remember those.
Put a typewriter in front of me, you know, I could type you a label and, you know, wow.
I had an old Olivetti.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, you know, everybody had, you know, that was the best, you know.
Smith Corona and all that stuff. Oh, yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day about a slide rule. You know, I knew how to do all that stuff, man. I don't know how to do nothing like that no more because we done got stupid with a computer. You just push a button, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that said, technology requires a lot of focus, a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
And over my career, I've learned a lot. As a matter of fact, by the time I retired, I was so tired. Pat, I ain't gonna tell you no truth, girl. I was behind that counter all day long.
On your feet.
I was on my feet, but I wasn't doing anything that I went to pharmacy school for, except the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Spent all day looking at a computer screen, scanning my finger, and advanced kind of programming, which changed all the time. So, make a long story short, technology has been a big part of my major career, but at the same time, on the music side, there's been a ton of technology that has come in now that allows people to even do what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is really, back in the day when we had, black and white 3 channels on the television and a party line telephone. This what we're doing right now was inconceivable.
I know. Isn't it fun?
It's like the Jetsons or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that said, we have really, right at this point now, have moved into a platform rather than looking for the next coffee house or the next cafe. We're going to begin to do Front Porch Jazz, which is our project right now, celebrating jazz Southern style.
Okay.
We're going to do our first live event Sunday, Father's Day.
Yes.
From 2:30 until 5.
Mm-hmm.
This will be done at the home of one of our board members, Dr. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟. Dr. Bill is a surgeon who lives in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a live performance on his front lawn.
Nice.
Front porch is the stage.
Mm-hmm.
The band will be, and everybody who is coming, all of our benefactors, and those are the people that we have solicited our support from, our benefactors, our donors. And, this platform was a conception from the group that shifts the whole energy to philanthropy.
Mm-hmm. Because
this is a free event. We're going to be live streaming it on Facebook, on the Cocoa Jazz and Arts Cafe. We will be live streaming it, and it won't cost you a nickel. I do encourage you to go to our website, which is djrfo.org, and push the button and donate $5, $10.
It's all
$500.
And you can find this information and the links on the Let's Go page.
You can, okay.
I've already listed it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what we're going to be doing now, this series, Front Porch Jazz series, we're going to do between now and the fall.
Mm-hmm.
We have some other locations that we'll be announcing.
That is so cool. Who's going to be playing? So I know you play keys.
I've got a beautiful array of musicians. I have a singer, Miss Amy Hancock.
Okay.
We have a saxophone player, Mr. Daniel Stark.
Okay.
My soloist, my great guitarist is Kevin Golden.
Okay.
We have Mike Maloney on bass.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Uzoon on drums.
Okay. That's a full name.
Dr. Bill, as I said, is going to be our guest. He plays trumpet. He'll be there.
Okay.
And another guest artist, Mr. Ernest McHenry, will be playing congas.
Cool.
But we're going to have 2 cameras. One is going to be focused on the group, and then I'll have a roaming camera that basically will be gathering, different candid shots of all of what we want to go forward with, the idea of celebrating jazz Southern style.
Nice.
And all of this is really for marketing purposes going down the pike to share the style. That includes food, music, and art. So obviously we're talking about good Southern food, everything. Mm-hmm. Jazz, blues, and barbecue.
All right now.
You know what I'm saying?
And
to
vegetables.
yeah, of course. And all of those things that might be appropriate at different times. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to put all this together at once, because my idea is to celebrate this kind of like home and gardens,
That's awesome. I can't wait till Sunday. This is going to be nice.
It's going to be real nice. It's going to be very nice. I know. And I've got some other things. We're in the studio right now. Matter of fact,
you're recording an album?
We're going to record first. What I'm going to do is a compilation for Christmas. I want to do a CD with some Christmas stuff on it.
Okay.
Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm going in the studio about the middle of next month to do this stuff. I already got it all scheduled out.
That's good. One of my great regrets in life is that Thelonious Monk never recorded the Christmas album. He would have had so much fun. But anyway.
Well, that's what we want to do. I have a great singer, Mr. Noah Powell.
Okay.
Who is from Kinston, and is a great singer. I've known him ever since he was a student down at Central, if you can believe it.
Wow.
Yes, man, but he's coming over here in about 30 minutes or so. We're going to be out in my little studio, where the piano is, as you were talking. Actually, there's a piano all over the house. But anyway, we're going to do this, and then we're going to get right back on a project that's going to feature, for the most part, my guitarist. Because he's so prolific with his music, Kevin.
Okay.
And so anyway, all of this is under the umbrella, if you will, of our foundation. And as I was saying, my attention now is focused on the foundation. It's not really focused on me trying to build a career playing music, because I've already
done that.
For all intents and purposes, to my satisfaction. I'm not really trying to do anything.
So what is the goal? Is the goal of the foundation to spread the love of jazz to young people, or what? Or to encourage jazz composers? I mean, what is the real goal of the foundation?
Well, I really like the course. I appreciate that question. I'm glad you asked that. One of the things that I'm so proud of is that this foundation was put together with some really, really outstanding thinkers. Andrea Harris, who recently deceased, was a tremendous friend of ours.
And a business wizard.
And she sat in on many of our discussions about the name of this foundation, our purpose, our goals, and all of that. She, along with Miss Daphne Morgan, were really the key people. But I sat down with Valeria Lee at her house and asked her for her advice. And then we had other outstanding people that were on our committee to put this together. And we have a mission and a vision statement on our website. And when people ask me that question, I tell them to go read the vision and the mission statement.
I will do that, because I have not done that.
Yeah. So then you will be able to see it in words exactly what I'm talking about. But what I summarize this by saying, we're trying to make the world a better place. And that is really the goal, is to make the world a better place. I've always said the world needs more jazz. Seriously. The world needs more jazz in a holistic sense. I don't know if the world needs more Thelonious Monk. I really don't. I mean,
you can never have too much Thelonious Monk. No, that's my man.
No, you can't. You can't have too much more Sonny Rollins. You can't. I mean, the music is there. The rabbit hole to that, girl. Let me tell you something. I can say this to you. I am so I'm thrilled because it never ceases to amaze me about the music. Some of it has been very specific to me, but even when I learned what I learned, there was always something else to learn. And it's just, you don't get too caught up in that, so to speak, because every time I sit down and it's the piano, there are two things I'm really doing. One is I'm trying to remember, and the other one is I'm trying to see something else. You know what I mean? Okay. So oftentimes, unless I sit there all the time, that back and forth kind of process is, if I miss a day or two or whatever, know, it takes me a little bit longer to get back in the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
But I get back in the saddle pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
That's the fun thing about jazz is rediscovering, because when I was a caregiver, I actually went, I think I went 2 years without playing my guitar, which is just unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always played my guitar at least once or twice a day growing up and throughout my adulthood even. And I couldn't believe that I had gone 2 years. I had to relearn how to play. And thank God I had some things written down, because I had forgotten so much in 2 years. And I just got my guitar back from High Strung. They set it up and put on new strings, and I'm rediscovering the thrill of playing guitar again. But yeah, a lot can get away from you quick.
Well, you know, I guess it just depends, you know, and that's a very interesting experience too. More advanced musicians, I don't think they ever really get too far in their head. You know what I mean? Even if I put my instrument down for a minute, every day I'm always thinking about music. The one thing that I do a lot of, just this is nothing but just talk right now, is I spend working on the concept of music. You know, playing the instrument is one thing, but you are the instrument, really. You are what really transfers to whatever your instrument is, whether it's a guitar or a piano or anything. But if you don't have it, you can't really you can't express it through the instrument. So, you know, what I spend a lot of time is what I might call an advanced way of thinking. You know, and that really does supersede all the fundamentals. If you don't have the fundamentals in your what I would call muscle memory, that's kind of tough. Muscle memory is just something that once you get back in it, you're almost amazed at yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely finding that out as well, because because although I can't necessarily play some of the songs I've written anymore, I have to listen to the demos and relearn them. But when it comes to the songs that I just would play on gigs, I'm amazed that I have not forgotten those at all.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But so anyway, that is a good part of, you know, my conversation about what I'm doing right now. That's how I can go out there in that garden and spend a bunch of time growing lettuce and still come back and do this gig on Sunday. It's nice. You know, it's the same way that I did in pharmacy, though. You know?
Okay. Now, so this Sunday, because I want to promote the heck out of this, 2:00. Everybody's going to go to 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 𝗖𝗜𝗧 and Art's Facebook page.
2:30.
Oh, 2:30. Okay. It's in the Skywriter on the Let's Go page. I was trying to remember. But we definitely want to all check that out. We want to get more conversant with what you are up to, because obviously you will be doing more of this. You just said it. We're going to hold you to it.
Well, look, by the way, the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 and Arts Project is something that I started over 10 years ago.
Okay.
Well over 10 years ago. And it actually came out of my work with the community college down east, specifically in Wilson. I started, COCO is an acronym for community college.
Oh, okay.
Comes from. And, you know, at that time, I really didn't think about the aspect of community, but community is really most important for this project. We actually have that building down there. It's called the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Arts Center. The dream had been to do a lot of things there, which I had to put in abeyance for a while. With that said, the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Arts Cafe is an online virtual cafe where I like to share a lot of things related to music, jazz, and that sort of stuff. The music, the jazz, and the arts. So we will be live streaming on the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 Arts Cafe. And we will be incorporating all of this in our website. So you can eventually go to the website and have a portal where you will be able to see what's going on in the cafe, which we plan to build that platform as we build all of what we're doing now.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So when this pandemic is over, we can actually go to Cocoa Jazz, hopefully, and hear some live jazz.
I would not hold my breath.
Oh.
You know what? I only say that because the future looks so different to me now. You know what I mean?
I understand. But I did attend one jazz event at Cocoa Jazz. I can't think of the drummer's name. There was a drummer that he was from New York, and he brought like guitar, bass player.
Khalid. Khalid. Is that Khalid you're talking about?
I guess.
Mona brought it down.
Because I made a video. It's on YouTube. I think his name was Khalid. And then he had a young horn player. I remember his name was Alexander. I remember because it was spelled differently.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I was there.
Well, that was awesome.
I only said that because, and there will be live events. I've got some things in my mind right now that I want to do. I'll have to share that with you. Are you familiar with 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 downtown Durham? 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟.
No. What's that? Or who's that?
I'm going to tell you real quickly about 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of move on. 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 is a facility that's owned by a gentleman by the name of Gordon McBean.
Okay.
Gordon is from British Guiana.
Okay.
He's put this business together. It's really two kind of things in one. One side of his building is a recording studio.
Cool.
The other side of his building is a very nice, what I might call cafe, bistro, whatever.
Why haven't I seen this?
Well,
it's not on Hunt Street, is it?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about because I actually have had that in the Skywriter announcing events there. Yeah, but I've never gone there.
Well, let me tell you about that. Okay, so now he's been knocked off line too, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But the facility is gorgeous. If you've not been in there, it would really kind of get your attention. It would get your attention. Now that's where I'm going to do my recording.
Okay.
Now let me just kind of fast forward a little bit. On one side of his building with the cafe side, bistro side, he has a beautiful stage.
Okay, I need to go.
That's hooked up with the best sound system in Durham.
For real?
Yes, ma'am. Now that said, I want to go in there and use it as a sound stage for the show that I want to produce starting with the front porch jazz piece. Kind of like what you're doing. This technology like
yeah, there's a lot to it.
Makes very exciting. I want to talk with you about this too. Because I do a lot of Skype stuff with my board and some of my teaching, but I haven't done what you're doing right here.
Oh, it's super fun. And I always tell people that StreamYard and other platforms are great for music teachers. Chris Keller dropped by a couple days ago, and she was teaching, of course, in person, and can no longer do that because of the pandemic. I was telling her that what a lot of teachers are doing, music teachers and language teachers, they're having the students to pay via PayPal, and then they go to some place like StreamYard, like where we are right now, and they can have the lesson and not broadcast. You don't always have to broadcast. I'm broadcasting, of course, I want to reach people. But you can do the same thing and not broadcast and have a private music lesson. Or, now I'm broadcasting right now to the Durham Skywriter Facebook page and the Patricia A. Murray YouTube channel. You could actually have a lesson or a private concert, whatever you want to do, and broadcast it over to YouTube and then mark it unlisted so that after the broadcast, it can't be found anywhere. And then the student can give the link to your student, and then your student can access that video whenever for study. So this technology thing is so hip.
And what is this called? StreamYard?
It's called StreamYard. It's super, super awesome. The package that I have where I can broadcast to 2 platforms is about $200 a year, which is well worth it. And then, You can't beat this. This is super fun. You can have up to 6 people, by the way, on screen. Like if Joy and Lois and Wendy all wanted to jump on at the same time here, and I invite them to. But yeah, you can handle 6 people at a time on. In fact, here's the link if anybody else wants to jump on. That's the link right there that I just posted. But yeah, StreamYard is awesome. It's not the only one. There are other platforms, but StreamYard is my favorite because it's easy and it's super reliable.
Hey, well, this is really exciting. It's super exciting, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, I've really enjoyed talking with you today.
Thank you. Nice talk. I've met you before. We've talked, but not at length like this. So I really hope you can drop in again, or we can have a formal interview if you want to talk about the foundation in a more formal kind of way. Because I also have a show called TV Skywriter, which is just like what we're doing now, but more like a professional, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm. Well, look,
Yeah.
we might be able to talk about another idea when I produce this concept and begin to I guess you could say put the show together.
Mm-hmm.
I would really love to have a personality like you as
sure, whatever you need
to actually host the show, if you will. Mainly
sure.
because the roles that we play are important, and the connection, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
to our community is extraordinarily important. I like to partner, I would say, with people
Mm-hmm.
who are doing things.
Well, promoting jazz is what I used to do before I moved here. I used to work at the Jazz Institute of Chicago, which is not sounds like it's a school, but it's not. It's a nonprofit that promotes jazz. And actually, that's the organization that puts together, I think, the Chicago Jazz Festival. At least when I was there, it was the world's largest free jazz festival, outdoor jazz festival. And so promoting jazz was my life and my favorite job of all time until, of course, I moved here and started taking care of my aunt, in which case caregiving is not a great job, but it's a great family service, I call it. It's still just something that I enjoy doing.
What did we start talking about? We started talking about my 103-year-old mother.
Mm-hmm.
This whole experience of caregiving.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, let me tell you what, it is really something more than a person who's never done it.
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, yeah.
But like you say, it teaches you so much.
So much, especially if you have never been a parent and never took care of anyone. Because being a caregiver is almost like being a parent in that, of course, being a parent, the end result will be graduation or marriage or something. And of course, when you're a caregiver, of course, it's the opposite. But still, it's worthwhile.
Girl, I raised 7 children. Do you hear me?
Whoa, cool.
I have 5 of my own and two stepchildren.
Wonderful.
And, that experience taught me a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? And now that I've got, I'm not really, I share this experience with my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit different, but at the same time, I know exactly what you just meant.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly that, with my children,
mm-hmm.
I had, high expectations for the most part. But with my mother,
mm-hmm.
it's a gradual descend into something that you ain't never really thought about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you know that there is not going to come out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's repetitive.
Very, very much so. But you know what? We made it fun because you know what I used to do? Now, my aunt was used to being alone, and I didn't want to walk into her bedroom in the morning and scare her to death. So I would walk into her bedroom. She would still be asleep, and I'd walk in. I'd go, da, 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 da. And she'd be asleep. She'd go, da, 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 da. And she'd wake up, good morning.
Oh, wow.
So I always woke her up with some jazz.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Cool.
And
it was cool. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm going to have to get ready to go and meet my singer here, so I better strap on, you might say.
Okay. Well, wonderful talking with you. And folks, you know what to do on Sunday at 2:30. Check the Durham Skywriter for the link. And thanks again, Mac. I hope we get to talk again.
Hey, thank you, Pat. We definitely will. And I want to remind everybody once again that the date is Juneteenth.
Yes.
Celebrate it, celebrate it, celebrate it, celebrate it, and share it with your friends.
Friends and family.
I've been trying to figure out who didn't know about this, and I know some people who didn't know about it, but
there's a lot of people who don't know about it.
History is very important when it comes to critical thinking about what you need to do next.
I like that. You need to put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, ma'am. It is.
I like that.
Very much so.
I'm going to remember that phrase. You might hear me saying it one day.
Please.
I'll give you credit.
All right, baby.
Take care now.
You be cool.
All right.
Bye.
That was so awesome. Wow. Finally getting to talk with Mac McLaughlin. So yes. Oh, I don't think I gave you the weather report. It's probably 80 by now. Let me see, because it's supposed to go up to 80. Let me check my little app here. Oh, it's 82. It's only supposed to go up to 80. We exceeded ourselves. So it's 82 and partly cloudy. Supposedly, we might get thunderstorms mid-afternoon. We'll see. Tomorrow, it's going up to 82 and thunderstorms. So you have a beautiful day. Happy Juneteenth. You know the events that I told you about at the beginning of the show. Be sure to check those out. Have a beautiful evening. I will see you tomorrow at noon. Ciao for now.